Hello, this is not the video that I wanted to make today. It doesn't even matter. I'll tell you in a bit you'll see the videos in a couple of weeks of what it's going to be. But I basically had to cancel a load of plans at the weekend and the start of this week because I don't know if you can hear it in my nose. I've got a little bit of a snuffle. So like basically sniffly nose. And I feel actually okay, but I just didn't want to go out with other people and like give my germs to other people. So I had to cancel like gravel rides, road rides. Today I was meant to be on my mountain bike in Llandegla and I'm not there. Although I keep getting sent pictures of like how beautiful it is because it's such a nice day today. Even though it's chilly, it looks stunning. And so I'm like, oh, not jealous at all. I'll do it again I think we're gonna go again in a couple of weeks. But anyway, so yeah, one of the road rides particularly, I was so excited to go and film because I think you'll absolutely love it. And again, I had to postpone that one, so that'll be in a couple of weeks as well. Anyway, I'm not gonna be grumpy, well, anymore about feeling a little bit like, but like I say, I'm not feeling actually poorly. It just sounds not very, well, not 100%. And yeah, I thought I would share some tips of things that I do, and then also from my coach Mark and also from Phil Burt, the wonderful bike fitter that is Phil Burt, of like when to get back into training, when not to train. And yeah, I think the thing is for me though is just not have been able to have like fun on the bike. Like it's not really about necessarily training, it's just more about like I've just missed having little adventures. But I know that if I give up a few of the fun adventures that I had planned this weekend and the start of this week, it'll mean that I'm fully recovered to do lots of more adventures. Also, one thing to do, I think, when you're a little bit under it and you're not riding, is plan adventures for next year. This is what I've been doing. I've also booked a flight for quite soon actually, so I'm very excited about that. You'll see that soon as well. And then, yeah, the other thing that I do when I'm not very well is I just sleep lots, drink lots of water, and then watch loads of Disney. I say loads of Disney, I just basically have two on repeat. I have Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast because they are the two best Disney films that have ever been made. Like yeah, they just are. So yeah, so I think let's get into some of the tips from those and then I'll come back on after and then, yeah, say goodbye. Not forever, sounds a bit final. I'll just say goodbye. Hello! So I want to get your advice, Mr. Burt, because you're always top for advice, so...
And have you been on the bike?
I went on the bike on Saturday, yeah.
Yeah.
Felt fine though.
That was fine, was it?
Yeah, got a QOM.
Well, there you go, you get calls all the time. Okay, the Phil Burt guide to me, well, as you can see behind me, and people know I've worked with some amazing athletes, but I've also worked with some athletes who had amazing numbers and were huge potential you've never heard of because quite often they would put themselves in a box all the time and would get ill or be injured, and judging when to train and when not to train, if you ask me, is the difference between the good ones and the absolutely great ones. And it's a really hard thing to do because if you don't break something, you can't make an omelette, can you? So if you don't push yourself hard, you don't get stronger, you don't get fitter, you don't get it. And that's really hard to really know when to not. So, but you're going to push me and say, "Come on, Phil."
Come on, tell us, Phil.
Well, I think there's three strands to this. One, I think be smart. So train smart. In other words, if every year in November you get a cold and you carry on training because your training plan says to, and then you end up in a box, that's pretty stupid. So reflect on what happened. So a little rule of thumb is like if you think you might be ill or coming down with a cold or under the weather for whatever reason, and you train and then you feel worse and you're still worse the next morning, that's definitely, I would say, right, your body's telling you not to train, you know. Of course, with all the things that are out there at the moment, you know, training data devices such as Whoop, Aura and stuff, you can get paralysis by data analysis, you know, right. I think there's a real problem with what I would call an abdication of the responsibility. You know, oh, well, this watch won't tell me that I can't train, but we know now from a lot of research that sometimes they report things a bit inaccurately. I don't think they're a bad thing overall. You know, if it helps you understand what you're doing, brilliant. But I don't think we should discount actually just how do you feel yourself, you know, what do you know, your assessment of how you're feeling is the best thing, all right? And so one of the things I reckon, just being aware of what your resting heart rate is, and what your heart rate response to a known stimulus is. That could be just like 5 minutes hard on the turbo. What is your heart rate when you're well and when you're doing fine? If you know that and you think, oh man, I don't know whether I should train a lot. I'm a bit under the weather. I don't know if I'm coming down or something. If you do that and your heart rate goes out of where it normally is, either way too high or way too low, you're ill and you should stop. Be kind to yourself, and don't play catch up. I've seen that so often in athletes. It's like they miss 2-3 days and then they get ill because they push themselves way too hard coming back out of it,
Yeah, definitely.
Anyone who's had COVID should really, really take it easy coming back, because I've seen quite a lot of athletes and I've heard about a lot of people who tried to get back to what they normally did too quickly. And I think there's a unique thing about something about the COVID variants and virus that really punish you if you give it any chance to get back on top of you,
Yeah.
Vitamin C, hydration, stay warm, just do those things,
All right, have a good day, and I'll speak to you. I'll message you in a bit. See you later.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, Phil. Hello, Cameron. How are you?
All right, yeah, a bit snotty, getting over my own round of whatever it is that I've had. It's a key indicator in how you feel, really, is that if you feel good and you're motivated and you've not got any chesty symptoms or anything like that, then just do a bit of light exercise if you've had something, and just listen to what your body's telling you. And if it's saying, yeah, you're fine to go, then normally that's a really good indicator to get on and get cracking again. But I would maybe steer clear of any sort of intense activity or prolonged activity. So, don't go smashing into your anaerobic efforts straight away, or your 6-7 hour road rides on a freezing cold morning. Just manage the progression back into cycling or whatever activity, and that's my biggest piece of advice, really.
So when are you going to get back on the bike?
February. I'm chomping at the bit. I want to get back on the bike now, but I've got to follow my own advice.
Perfect. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off, but I'll say goodbye to you separately. Thank you so much.
All right.
You're a good angle. I'll just turn that off so I can say bye properly. Okay. So I hope those tips have helped, because I feel like so many of us are not great this time of year, and it just goes without saying, doesn't it? Because I don't really get ill, which is, I think that's why I'm not a very good patient. I just want to ride my bike and have fun on my bike, but that will come. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. Also, do you want to see something really cute? My sister bought me these socks, and look at these, I love them. In fact, I've got my pyjama bottoms on, but they're little Aldi Christmas socks. How cute and cozy are they? Honestly, I feel like I feel like almost 100% just because I've got these cozy little socks on. Right, I'll see you all next video.